So here at the London Motor Show, this is the Coys section. All of these cars are up for auction. Check this out. Ferrari Dino, 1971 this one. So all of these cars are up for auction. They're all tightly packed, as you can see, so we're going to have a little bit of a walk around, and I'll tell you a little bit about the cars that I know of, and I'll tell you which ones are my favorites. I know that my mate Kevin Haggerty is definitely pining for one of these, so he's sorely missing out on the opportunity to pick one of these up here at Coys. Wonder how much that will go for. And whilst he would have that, I would have that. Check it out. Ooh, Barracuda. That's what that is. Check it out. That is absolutely awesome. That's a 1973 Plymouth Barracuda in resplendent red. I'm sure they've got a cool name for that color, because they always do, don't they? But that is a bit of a beast, that. And yeah, I could so rock that. Please tell me it's what is that? I think it's an automatic. A hell of a, it's got pistol grip shifter on it, 440, obviously. Wasn't this Ferrari up for sale last time as well? There's a Porsche, there's a Ferrari, there's a Mercedes SL, but there is a Barracuda. That number plate almost says evil. That's kind of cool. 3200 GT Maserati. I wonder if this is the one, 99 model. I wonder if this is the one with the boomerang rear lights, which was so ahead of its time. Yes, it does. Look at that. So imagine now, that'd be all the craze with the digital lights that people have. Back then, they actually had to change them. So they went backwards in the evolution of this car, because they changed them back to conventional ones. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Look at that. Is there a Dart? Daimler Dart, 1959. Popular with the police, these. The only thing that they could use as a chase car. Very, very cool. That's a nice 911 turbo there. Proper Bentley there. Again, wasn't that available last time as well? Look like some of these cars I've seen before, or maybe I've seen them elsewhere. Obviously, lots and lots of other cars here at the show. Massive, wonderful Bruce McLaren display over there. Bruce McLaren, the not that much highlighted hero of the whole Ford versus Ferrari historical event, but you know, he was a part of it. And of course, there's a tribute to him with some of these race cars over there. I'll put up pictures. Check out my various feeds on hashtag brown car guy, and maybe hashtag BCG brown car guy, LCCS London Classic Car Show. BCG LCCS is also where I'll be putting more stuff up. Here's another one I'd have, except it's a 318, 1991 318. I used to have a 325i SE Coupe, so it looked like that, except in dark blue. But I really, really miss that car. Really good car. Really enjoyed driving it. This one looks to be in beautiful condition as well. Wonder what that would go for. But on 318, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those cars, manual of course, it's one of those cars that actually I was saving up to buy before I bought the 325i, I was saving up to buy an E30. And I had saved up enough to buy this, and then when I'd looked, I realized that actually for a little bit more I could have a 325, and so I decided to hold off and to get one of those. Look at this. You know, it's funny, you think that minis, everybody used to have them, everybody used to own them, but now this is as old as I am. 1968 is expected to go, oh, the prices are on here, I just realized, is expected to go between 8 and 10,000 pounds. That's what they're expecting it to go for. Look at that, and even the boot, the rusty boot is in the back. This thing is completely, I mean, honestly, you look at that and you think, come on, look at the back of that. You just think that is not recoverable, is it? My goodness, 1968 Mini Cooper. Fortunately, I'm in slightly better shape than that at my age. And here's a car that's from 1965, but in actually pretty good condition. By the way, so this BMW, 7,000 to 9,000 pounds. Bloody hell. My 325i SE I sold for a lot less than that. Man, I wish I'd kept hold of that one. That one is up for 5 to 7 grand. There's another one that I would go for, a 924 Turbo. These are really starting to come along now. These were the unloved, poorer relatives of the 944, but now they've suddenly, there's been a bit of a spurt in these ones, and people are really getting interested in them. A lot can be done to them. They've turned into race cars as well. 1981, 4,000 to 5,000 pounds manual. Interior's pretty well worn. The taillights are actually in the boot, or extra taillights, I should say. Anyway, oh, a Camaro. Check it out. What kind of a Camaro do we have here? An automatic one. It is a 91 Camaro. It's estimated 2,000 to 4,000. I wonder if that's probably one of the cheapest cars that is up here at Coys. I wouldn't consider this, not really one of my favorite 3 Series. The one after is the E46 was my favorite, but this is a 1993 325i Cabriolet, so really I should be interested in it. It's a 325, it had the same engine as my car. That's £3,000 to £4,000 for that car. Not bad. This. That is a 1924 Amilcar CC, £14,000 to £16,000 estimated. Oh, so just squeeze through that little gap there. There you go. It's kind of cute. I would never buy one of those, but I certainly tip of the hat to anybody that would consider buying one of those. Well, I think I would consider buying one of these. Look at that, 1985 Ford Escort RS Turbo, estimated. Ooh, I hope you're sitting down for this. £15,000 to £18,000 is the estimate for that one. My goodness, but it is beautiful. Well, you say beautiful now. Back in the day, we didn't used to call them beautiful. We just used to call them beaters. We used to XR3Is and these just get into race. I used to have a Lancia Delta, not Delta, Lancia Prisma, which was the Delta with a boot. Lancia Prisma symbol, and used to get into a lot of races with XR3Is, normally in white. But this one was splendid. Let's have a look at the inside. Yeah, I mean, it's a Ford. What do you expect? It's not like an exotic car, but look at that. Look at that. Not bad. Ring mirror on the back. And talking of Escorts, there's another one. This is the more traditional shape of Escort. This is well worn, well used. And this is a 1979 car, £4,000 to £5,000. Now, why I'm finding that interesting is because my first car, which I have written about, was a 1979 Ford Cortina. And it was a piece of junk. I bought it for £400 in the market, and I think I actually got a £1,000 trade-in on it against the Lancia, which was quite a thing really, because I spent a whole weekend cleaning the crap out of it. Unbelievable. I just polished the hell out of it and managed to get a £1,000 trade-in on it. Or maybe they were just desperate to sell the Lancia, I'm not sure. But I was quite pleased with that deal. But that reminds me of that, and there you go. So 1979, mine was probably about in that condition, and that's £4,000 to £5,000. Oh well, there's a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. No estimate on that one. This looks quite mean, looks pretty gangster. Mercedes, but no other information on that one. Little MG here. Wonder if I fit in these. Tiny. I'll tell you what I do fit in, a Ford GT40. Okay, I didn't sit in a real Ford GT40, but I just realized the dream earlier today by sitting in a really authentic replica Ford GT40, which was actually built in the 70s, so actually shortly after they stopped building the real things. And I have to duck my head for them to close the door, but once they close the door, I fit quite comfortably in it, so there you go. I wonder if there was an estimate. I'm just going to go back and see if there was an estimate on the Barracuda. Estimate on the GT was £9,000 to £11,000, and it's an automatic, so that's actually not bad. It's a bit cheaper than I would have thought. This one is up for, wow, £38,000 to £48,000. I'll look at the Ferrari on the way out. So there we go, 1972 ADSL, no estimate on that one. Let's take the sneaky route through the middle of the cars to head over to the other side, which I haven't seen. There's a Peugeot. Ooh, if that GTI 1.9, I'd consider that, yeah. We were just talking about this earlier. Check out another video I did with this particular company that does investments in cars like this. This one is £11,000 to £13,000. It's a 1988 205 GTI. Behind me is a 1933 Rolls Royce. Just this, I'm surprised about this. It's only £22,000 to £28,000. Only £22,000 to £28,000 for a 1933 Rolls Royce 20/25, which looks absolutely, utterly magnificent. Could do with a bit of work, for sure, but still, I'm a bit surprised because, you know, this is about half the value of that one. And it is a 1.9 GTI with manual, of course, and appropriate seats and interior red carpets. That's the way to do it. That's awesome. I like these. I would consider having one of those. Behind me, Mercedes 190E. A lot of happy memories with a mate that used to have one of these. So that would be another one that I would consider. 15,000 to 17,000 pounds, that's an 87 car. There is a Jaguar that I would definitely consider, an XJ 2-door, so XJC coupe. This is a V12, 1976. So that is the boss. You know what I would do with that? Some people will say this is sacrilege, but what I would do is I would take that and I'm just moving around trying to get you a good angle on that. I would take that and I would turn it into a replica of the broad-speed car that was used by John Steed in the new Avengers 70s action show on TV, and that had extended wheel arches, deleted the bumpers, looked mean as hell. And what's even more sacrilegious is then what I would do is I'd rip the motor out and put an LS in it and a manual gearbox. Oh, you're going to hate me for that, but that's the way I'd roll. But if I couldn't, if this was a really good one and it looks like it, I might just leave it as it is. That's if it runs, because they normally don't. That's the problem, isn't it? That's why I changed the running gear. So, loaded cars. Look at that, Ferrari Mondial. We were looking at that upstairs as well. 456, one of the prettiest Ferraris in my opinion, prettiest modern era Ferraris. Always like these. That one is 1995, 35 to 40,000 pounds. And the Mondial, 20 to 25,000 pounds. It's a 1985, resplendent in yellow. Look at it. These are starting to come up in value. These were not much loved before, but still 20 to 25,000 pounds for a Ferrari. This is a case of snap these up now, because that's a genuine Ferrari. You know, it was like a 328, but with a couple of rear seats in it. So not bad. Loads of these around. Mark II 1960 Jaguar, 22,000 to 26,000 pounds. E-types, of course. And what do I spy over there? That's something that I would be interested in. A Testarossa, not in Miami Vice white, but in beautiful sunset yellow. Check it out. This is a 1981 Ferrari Testarossa, estimated at 80 to 90,000 pounds. 80 to 90,000 pounds is a lot of money. But actually I'm a little surprised. I expected it to be a bit more, and that is a Testarossa, not the later ones. That is an actual Testarossa with the pop-up lights. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that it isn't valued higher. I wonder why. Windows open. Look at that, open gated manual shifter. That is the way to do it. That's how you do a Ferrari. Look at that. That is so 80s. That's as wide as any shoulder pads of the 80s. Classic Range Rover there, beautiful Jag, check it out, stunning. A lot of people, actually real buyers around here, really inspecting the cars, checking them out, looking at them, deciding if they're going to bid for them or not. I'm pretty sure that this was there as well, surely that was there last year as well, isn't it? Anyway, I've seen quite a few of these lately. These are really starting to come on strong. People are really into these now. Still good value, but definitely going up. In fact, bloody hell, talk about going up. That actually took me by surprise. 40 to 50,000 pounds. It's a 1996 850 CSI. So that's the original 850 CSI, and that is 40 to 50,000 pounds. Wowzers. I'm actually quite surprised about that. There you go, another Mercedes SL Roadster. Ooh, my goodness. Oh, I've just seen something that's, oh my goodness, has turning me on. A black BB, a black BB? Whew, that is freaking awesome. I'm sorry, but that actually is. Oh my goodness, this thing is beautiful. This is a 1983 Ferrari 512 BBI, and no estimate on it. I'm not surprised about that actually, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And if I had the dosh, I'd be bidding on that one, that's for sure. Bentley Azure to be driven at. Oh, there's another BB. Look at that. Oh my goodness. But what do you think though? Doesn't it look even nicer in the black than it does in the red? The red is pretty awesome. But oh my god, the black. The black. We must get the black. Look at that. I wonder if there's an estimate on this one. There is actually. This is estimated at 195,000 to 235,000 pounds. That is a 1982 example. That's fantastic. Alfa Romeo there. Oh, and a Montreal next year. I'll show you that in a minute. This is a 1990 Alfa Romeo Spider S4, 10,000 to 15,000 pounds. That seems reasonable. If that's a runner in good nick, that's not bad. But check that out. Montreal, what a beauty. What an absolute unusual car, interesting car. This is a 1974 model, and estimated at 48,000 to 52,000 pounds for that one. Look at this, all the way with JFK is what it says on the back of that. And it's a Galaxie 500. God bless America bumper sticker on it. 50 racing number on the side. Black stripe down the middle, bright tango orange. I mean, that is actually excellent. Just get a load of the design on this thing. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and find another way around to show you the front of that Galaxie. But look at these headlight covers on here, because that is a heck of a beast. That's too tight to get through. This is the way. I've just heard somebody bump into a car. I'm trying to be very careful here not to do that. Look at that. Look at the gargantuan thing. That's the Galaxie 500. Massive, massive thing. How did they even get in here? And very interesting. 1964 Ford Galaxie, estimated 20 to 30,000 pounds. This is a race car. Look at that. It actually has a roll cage, bucket racing seats, 4 on the floor transmission. Look at that. That is actually awesome. A cut-off switch. Wow. That is bonkers. I do like that. Healy. Yeah, just another Ferrari. Whoa, just another Porsche. And then finally back to the beautiful yellow Dino. And I'll give you the estimate, or rather give Kevin the estimate, 230,000 to 250,000 pounds for that car. So I think you might have to sell a few cars to get that one first. Anyway, here we go. And while we're here, this is the Con. This is what Con did to an Aston Martin. This is their own design. So lots to see here. I'm going to go over there and start to look at some Corvettes. That's enough for now.